tracks in the Victorian High Country. Highly recommended that everyone has a look at this at some stage. We started down at the Macalister River track, and immediately the track just starts climbing, and it just keeps climbing on and on and on. You can see that the track's not exactly in the greatest condition. There's a lot of loose rock and shale and whatnot, quite a lot of bedrock as well. Overall, it's very doable with someone that's got moderate four-wheel drive experience. I must apologise for the sun glare in some of the parts of this video. We did this track in the early morning, and unfortunately we were driving into the sun for part of the track. You can see here's one of the rock step-ups. You just need to be careful with your lines and your car speed. All very doable, but a fantastic track to do as far as four-wheel driving goes. One of the highlights of the Butcher Country track is the epic views to either side of the track. So on the right hand side of the track as you head north, you're really following the Caledonia River, and you're also parallel to the Caledonia River track. And to the left you're looking over the upper Macalister River catchment, the King Billy area and Mount Howitt. So here we are, we've turned north and we're starting to climb up towards the Howitt Road. Some parts of this track are extremely steep and quite gravelly, and you do need to be really careful when you're either climbing or descending. It's beautiful country. The forest in this section was awesome. Here's a section of water and mud which I was not expecting, but it wasn't really an issue, and all the holes are really shallow. Some of this forest has definitely been burnt in the past. You can see there's a lot of regrowth, and the regrowth in most areas is quite close to the road. There's one section where there's a whole stack of switchbacks. They're really, really tight, and I thought I'd throw this one in because we couldn't get around it in our 80, so we needed to pull up and back up a little bit. This would be a little bit tricky if you were dragging a camper van, I reckon. There's a whole stack of them as you head back down the ridge here. You can start to see some of the amazing views. As we drove along the track, they were just unreal. So I think this is probably some of the best four-wheel driving in the high country as far as views and track conditions. It's just an awesome little track. Thoroughly enjoyable. On the day we did it, there was absolutely no one on the track. Did not see a soul. And I just don't think it gets a huge amount of traffic, to be honest. It's probably four-wheel drive clubs and a few keen four-wheel drivers. If you are considering travelling down or up the Butcher Country track, you need to think how you're going to get in or out at the Macalister River end. The Macalister River track has some obstacles along it. Some of the creek crossings are extremely rough, and the track itself is not particularly good. Coming in from the north, it is possible, but you've got to take on grim track, and I've done that in the past, and I wouldn't recommend taking on grimmy track unless you're an extremely experienced four-wheel driver. Just the regrowth towards the track, sometimes the veg gets a little bit close in and you touch up a little bit, but it's not really that bad. Here's just a small rock step up. So we're getting pretty close now to the Howitt Plains, up near the Howitt Road, and the track climbs right up, and the landscape flattens out onto the Howitt Plain itself, which is awesome. It's a completely different environment. Here we are, we've just about hit the plains. This has been smashed by fires in the last 10 or 15 years. The veg is starting to sort of come back, but you can see there's still a lot of dead snow gums. And here we are at the intersection with the Howitt Road. Hope you enjoyed the video.